There's a lot of colors, I don't know where to go. See a lot of colors, only feeling blue. There's a lot of colors, lost within a haze. Don't rely on others to get you through the maze. The dreams are not the same for me. Standing by the shore while you're on the open sea, cannot take this anymore. There are a lot of voices drowning in the sea. There's too many voices talking back at me. There are a lot of choices waiting to be made. Too many choices making me afraid.
Been here for 4 weeks now, but you know, I had this crisis the last few days. I think one thing is also like just the whole thing with Corona, even though I'm far away from it, gets to me because you don't see a future anymore, you know, that you would want to live in a way, because it's all about funny numbers. And because what's the solution to all of this? Okay, you know, like you get vaccinated and then maybe it gets better, or who knows, you know. So maybe we have to keep on living that life of safety, but definitely not a life of a lot of fun, you know. It's only safety. Yeah, aren't we living in crazy times? I think in Berlin they just extended the lockdown until the 24th of April. Yeah, so nobody knows, you know, how do we continue this? What will happen? And I don't pretend to have any answers. I know it's a very difficult situation to be in, but out of my own experience, after living in the States for 17 years, I realized there that freedom and safety don't work well together. Actually, they don't really coexist. They're kind of a scale, you know, you either have more of this and less of that, and it goes back and forth. So the big question is, you know, how do we want to continue to live our lives? I never felt more free than I felt living in New York City, but I had no job security, I had no health insurance for 17 years. I had no security at all. I didn't even have a lease, I think, you know. Basically nothing, but I felt free. In Germany, I have many of these things, but I feel much less free than I felt in the States. Eastern Germany, for example, was a pretty safe country to live in. You had the right of a job, you had the right of a place to live. Nothing could really happen to you. You always had a job, you always had money. But there was a wall, there was a fence going through the entire country, so it was highly, highly unfree. And now we have to decide, you know, what do we want? We will have either freedom with risk, or we have safety without freedom. And I think that's just the basic question we have to ask ourselves. And I mean, if society says, you know, I want to be safe, and I accept not to be free for that, well, that's something I have to accept as well. But I always
at any time take freedom before safety, just out of my own experience. So we, just have to use a scale, and I don't say this in an extreme way, but to have some freedom and also some safety. But how far do we want to, focus on the safety and neglect the freedom? Because ultimately, the old saying, if you want to be safe, don't leave the house, well, applies then, why not live at home and not go anywhere anymore? But then there's just the question, is this a life worth living? I mean, is this even something that, well, we would consider to do? Because what is the difference to live a life at home, away from everything that makes life worth living, and death, I mean, that's, I think what in the past we would have considered death, and now we consider it, well, the new normal. But onwards to more fun themes, like going swimming, for example. So I met Ralf, and we went to a secret bathing spot that I will not even mention in this vlog post because it's so secret. So if you ever make it to El Hierro and you want to know where it is, send me an email. We went there. Ralf has been here many times and he just found out about it, so we went right there. Really cool place to go swimming here. Ralf found this out. He has been here on this island like the 25th time, but we just found this, so that's really cool. Thanks to Ralf, because I would have never found this. But you have like this up here, this up here, you see all that stuff in the back here. And then when you go around the corner here, I have to be a little bit careful because the waves are coming in. You have this really cool pool here. You can swim here despite the fact that the waves are coming in. So getting our bathing stuff and then hopping in there for a sec. So in the perfect world, I probably would have become a marine biologist, I think, because I always loved animals as a kid already. I think I was not even able to read, and you could ask me anything about any animal and I kind of knew. How did I do this without reading? But anyway, that was always my big interest. So since we had this amazing, well, Ralf called it a puddle, that natural swimming pool. Obviously we had to explore, or in this case I had to explore because it was cold. There was one issue with the puddle because we found a couple of these Portuguese man-o-war again in the puddle. So I had to be a little bit careful. These are jellyfish, but you probably know, you saw the vlog post about it. So I hopped in there and I explored. Felt a little bit like Jacques Cousteau. Ralf was making jokes saying, look, he used to be like a scuba diving instructor and I went scuba diving a lot. He was basically saying when we were younger we were swimming with sharks and now we're snorkeling in puddles. But anyway, one of my ideas was always to become like an underwater photographer, and somehow I never did that. So maybe that's the start of a new career.
Dreams are not the same for me. Standing by the shore while you're on the open sea, cannot take this anymore. The dreams are not the same for me. Standing by the shore while you're on the open sea,
was fun, but the issue was that, well, all these fishies were swimming away from me. And then we looked at even smaller puddles around that area. Basically, the waves hit that area during high tide, and then you have all these little puddles, and you have these little fishies swimming around in these puddles. But the same issue here, you know, I was probably too inspired in my new career as an underwater videographer, and so they were always swimming away. Then I figured out, in life as in underwater photography, sometimes it's really important just to let go. So what I did, I submerged the GoPro camera and just left it there. And again, in life as in underwater photography, sometimes when you take away your hands, when you let go, when you stop forcing to achieve something, it just happens naturally. And let's see, maybe that's really my new career, underwater photography / videography. Thanks again. See you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.
As a young girl, the fields were mine. We played hide and seek for hours, raised our shadows among the pines. So offshore, playful and free, without a care in the world. I was one rich little girl, daydreamer, kidnap me, take me back, all the way back to them days, running around in a gown and a crown, barefoot. No mistake ever kept me late. We spent summers catching fireflies and winters on our skates. One big smile across my face. We used to dance our way to church on Sundays. Mama set the pace. Daydreamer, kidnap me, take me back, all the way back to them days, running around in a gown and a crown, barefoot. Dressed in a gown, barefoot.